This is Craig Haugard with your Financial Issues Egg update for August 20th. Well, the corn market traded lower yesterday on strength in the U.S. dollar, weakness in the energy market, and decent yield prospects as reported in this week's Pro Farmer Crop Tour. Prices drew additional pressure from forecasts calling for beneficial rains across the Midwestern portion of the United States. The Pro Farmer Crop Tour has shown generally positive corn yield estimates and pod counts, although their Illinois estimate, coming in at 196.3 bushels per acre, pales in comparison to the USDA's Illinois estimate, which projects a new record yield of 214 bushels per acre. The trade feels that the Iowa and Minnesota yields are key to whether or not the national corn average yield will be over or under 175 bushels per acre. And we should have the Pro Farmer numbers for those two key states in our next ag update. The soybean market was on the defensive despite a decent weekly export sales figure and concerns about the soybean crop. On the weather front, traders are watching this next system for tonight into the weekend as the majority of the belt west of the Mississippi needs finishing rains. For the 11th consecutive day, we had the USDA announce yet another export sale yesterday. This time it was for 263,000 metric tons of new crop beans sold to China and 148,590 tons to Mexico. The wheat market took a step back on spillover weakness from the row crops as well as outside influences. Here in the U.S., the bulk of the U.S. wheat harvest is expected to be completed after this week, and farmer selling is expected to slow down once that occurs. On the international scene, there are rising concerns over whether or not we'll have ample supplies of good milling wheat, given the rain-soaked French crop and the low test weight that we see in the German, Polish, and French wheat crops. Cotton futures experienced a pretty hard sell-off yesterday. At the close, we had December futures 207 points lower, closing at 92.76. Livestock futures also had a rough day as they were lower straight across the board. At the close, October live cattle were 90 cents lower, while September feeder cattle were down 45 cents at the close. Lean hog futures also retreated, with the October futures finishing $2.17.5 lower for the day. Class 3 milk futures were slightly lower. At the finish, we had September futures down 2 points, settling at 17.11. Meat cutout values were higher. Choice box beef continues pushing upward. Yesterday, we ended the day $1.55 higher, closing at $341.63. Select boxes were up $6.61 as they settled at $316.41. Pork carcass cutout values were also higher. They closed 49 cents higher to settle at $121.40 per hundredweight. This has been Craig Haugard with your Financial Issues Egg update. We'll be right back with more financial issues after this.